WBAY TV, your first alert station. Action 2 News This Morning live stream starts now.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us for our Action 2 News This Morning live stream. Great to have you streaming along with us this morning. Tammy out on assignment today, getting ready for the big telethon that'll be coming up in March. So looking forward to that. We'll see her back here tomorrow. Aisha, we're starting with you because, as we know, working on this lovely early morning shift, sleep and health can sometimes go together.
Yes.
And we always try to make sure that we get enough sleep working on these weird hours like this.
So it's a hard balance.
Yeah, it can be, but especially when it comes for kids as well. And it's very important when it comes to our children and making sure that those teens are getting the proper amount of sleep for their development and their growth. And there's a new study that shows that it all kind of correlates all together, right?
Exactly. And I feel like, you know, you hear this and you say, duh, this makes sense. Sleep, exercise, they go together, you know, they coincide with your overall health and well-being. But for teenagers, it could be a little bit different. And it might surprise parents, you know, who are so used to hearing their teenagers wanting to go to bed later.
Sure.
And it sounds like from this new research that they're in the right when it comes to this. So,
listen up here, parents.
Going to bed a little bit later might be beneficial to them. So this was all done through a recent study. And by the way, we just did a recent story that talked about 77% of high schoolers reported not getting enough sleep on a CDC survey. So really important for their overall health, you know, getting that exercise. And Kayla Johnson with the University of Minnesota School of Public Health, she is the lead author on this research we're talking about this morning. It found sleep is the foundation of physical activity, the foundation. So even if a teen doesn't get enough sleep, you know, and they're trying to work out, it doesn't happen. So obviously it's a domino effect. But moving more coincides with getting that sleep, getting the physical activity. 8 to 10 hours of sleep is what researchers recommend for teenagers ages 13 to 18 to help them get enough sleep. Researchers say, like I just mentioned, we have to stop fighting the teen biological clock, which is something completely different from adults. Johnson says teens who are more in line with their biological clock, they go to sleep a little bit later in the evening. She says even after 10, 11 o'clock, you know, sometimes we set a bedtime for teenagers to be 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. But if they're not ready to go to bed, that might be a good thing. You know, obviously putting cell phones aside out of the bedroom, things like that, so they actually sleep. But with this researcher, she says that going to bed a little bit later helps their overall well-being and their health, and eventually their exercise, which is great for all of that combined. She mentioned that changes need to be made at school and at home to make sure that that sleep is actually happening. Their next step in the study for her team is figuring out to see whether changing school start times can help teens get more sleep, which is a big talker all of the time. You know, are students going to school too soon? They want to research to see if that can improve their overall sleep by, you know, coinciding with their biological clock, going to sleep later and then getting that sleep and then going to school later. You know, again, that domino effect that maybe can help them out a little bit. Because it seems like our teenagers are always tired.
Always tired.
There's hormones and things going on, but yeah, that's the latest research.
We'll keep following along with it as well, Aisha. Thanks so much. We appreciate that. Hey, guess what? It was a successful opening weekend for many sturgeon spearers out there. Listen to this. The Upriver Lakes, they've hit 90% of the cap, meaning sturgeon spearing season on those bodies of water ending at 1 this afternoon. Meanwhile, on Lake Winnebago, the DNR says 371 adult females and 312 males have been harvested, along with 96 juvenile females. That puts the Winnebago system at 56% of its cap on adult females. The DNR says most of the fish are still being harvested on the east side of the lake, where water clarity is good in spots. The season on Lake Winnebago runs until March 1st, or when a harvest cap is reached. And some viewers made sure to send in their photos. Check out this picture with Robert with a sturgeon just about as tall as he is, and then Jacob landing this one as well, pulling it up onto the ice. That was Jacob's first sturgeon, I'm being told, so congrats to him, congrats to Robert as well. And if you are out there and landed a sturgeon this weekend or throughout the season, make sure to send it to WBAY.com/photos. We'd love to celebrate with you, and you might just see that photo end up right here on TV. And you can see they don't look too cold out there on the lake, Steve, because it was much warmer than we would expect for mid-February. And that trend going to continue at least through today, right?
Yeah, the warmth that you felt over the weekend continues into President's Day. We are starting off, though, with temperatures not far from the freezing mark, and this has been helping to contribute to a little bit of some freezing drizzle up in the far north. First Alert ViperMax shows that it's around Porterfield, Crivets, Amberg, and northeast up towards Escanaba. Especially when you see that pink color, and then along the Highway 8 corridor, there might be a couple icy spots if you're traveling this morning. But we are dry in the Fox Valley. We do have broken cloud cover, and every once in a while we see a little sliver of sun bouncing off the dome here, the Brown County Courthouse. We are above the freezing mark. I mean, it's the middle of February, folks. We're at 37 degrees. Feels like 32 with a south wind at 6 miles an hour. Today, near record warmth this afternoon, a high of 54 degrees, very mild. We do have some clouds overhead right now, but I do think we'll see more sun as the day wears on. All in all, a partly cloudy sky. Look at our temperatures. They're all over the board, but you can see there's lots of 30s on the map. It's already 45 in Fond du Lac. Meanwhile, to the north, temperatures are closer to the freezing mark. We've got 29 in Oconto and 31 in Iron Mountain. We've had that icy drizzle at times. So here's First Alert Pinpoint Predictor with today's high temperatures. You're looking at highs mostly in the 50s and approaching 60 in Watoma, a high of 59. Meanwhile, across the north, where there's still a little bit of snow on the ground, highs will be a little bit cooler, but still 40s is impressive this time of year. Most of our high temperatures will be about 25 degrees warmer than normal through this point in February, and so the mild spell of weather is going to continue. So today we're looking for a high of 54 in Green Bay. In case you're wondering, today's record high on this date back in 1921 was 55 degrees. And so, Emerson, there is a chance that that record high could be tied or broken this afternoon.
All right. Some people very excited about that, Steve. Some folks, perhaps like the sturgeon spearers out there, they're kind of trying to hold on to the last little bits of winter and fun before, you know, spring and summer roll around. So you've got the next weather maker coming up. What can we expect this week?
Well, eventually winter is going to make a comeback.
Okay.
Temperature-wise, it'll be gradual, but between now and the weekend, there's two weather makers that we're tracking. The first one tomorrow night, mostly rain for the Fox Valley with snow or some ice in the north. And the second weather maker is into Friday, rain followed by accumulating snow. During those storm systems, those time periods, our severe weather outlook is in the low category. Either one could receive an upgrade, and if so, either storm system could contribute to First Alert weather days. We've got rain and snow in California. That area of low pressure is about to move onshore and head in our direction. So First Alert Pinpoint Predictor, we'll pick it up at noon tomorrow. We'll have thickening clouds Tuesday afternoon. Here's Tuesday evening. There's the precipitation breaking out. Rain for the Fox Valley and the lakeshore, but near and north of Highway 64, the pink is freezing rain. The white is snow, and there's going to be some slow and slippery travel for the Wednesday morning drive across the north woods. Otherwise, you'll see partly sunny skies. Icing, or in other words, ice accretion across the northwest. You could see up to 1/10 of an inch of ice could put down a glaze on surfaces, road surfaces, making them slick. And on top of that, you're looking at a few inches of wet snow towards the Menominee River, perhaps 2, 3, 4 inches of snow, depending on how things set up with that storm system. So there's our First Alert Super 7-day forecast. So there's weather maker number 1, there's weather maker number 2, and otherwise our temperatures will be trending down this week. We go from 54 today, highs in the 40s for most of the week, but then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, our highs are dropping back into the 30s. It looks like the weekend is going to be a bit more seasonable because right about now, our high temperatures are typically in the upper 20s to about 30 or so as we go towards Saturday and Sunday.
You know, Steve, even low 30s, way better than the negative 20s that we were dealing with a couple weeks ago. So I think we can all be appreciative of what we'll be dealing with there. We certainly have warmed up quite a bit over the last few weeks. All right, check this out here. Ooh, that was fun on a Monday. Teams make some incredible snow sculptures as part of Fond du Lac Sturgeon Spearing Spectacular. Third place winner, called Sturgeon Moon, built by Snowblind Snow Sculpting. Yes, you can hear Aisha typing in the background there. Second place was Snow of the Leaves by the Snow Rippers, and the first place sculpture named Duty Honor Community, and it was built by Sculptura Borealis. Congratulations to all the teams. The only sad part, that art will be taken down later today. I think the public works crews that are going to be taking down those sculptures, they'll have some help from Mother Nature.
Yeah, Mother Nature will be working on
just
melting.
melting away out there.
I gotta say though, the names of the teams, they just ooze the same kind of creativity that helps to make those sculptures come to life.
Sculptura Borealis. That was a good
cool.
one. That was
Love
nice.
it.
Okay, now this next one is pretty cool. You guys like maple syrup?
Well, yeah.
I love maple
Pancakes,
syrup,
waffles.
Check this out. A couple from southern Wisconsin. They've had to start tapping their trees already. Roger James and Nina Miller from Barneveld. They've been doing this since 2019. Usually they begin collecting the sap from their maple trees in the spring, but the temperature is forcing them to do so early. And yeah, they are just dealing with it and how it's impacting the trees. Take a listen.
The reason for that is that, the sap starts running up the tree when it's warm enough, and then when it's cold, it comes back down.
We rely on the stingy little 10-day forecast, which if we could have a 30-day forecast or even a 21-day forecast, that would be really helpful.
Are they calling me out here?
Steve, yeah.
All
So I wanted to
meteorologists.
ask you about that, Steve, because that would be a little bit of a challenge.
Well, you can go online and find forecasts that are that long.
Sure.
The problem is that
Changes.
they're
change
not very
quite a
accurate.
bit.
I mean, we can give you like 7 days fairly accurately, but when you start getting 2 weeks, 3 weeks, then it becomes
Oh yeah.
very changeable.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
I mean, it's something, but But yeah, I can understand. They have the mild weather, and then the temperatures go below freezing at night,
Yeah,
and that's kind
not
of
great.
like where you're in that window where you start tapping those trees.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Something else that's interesting. Pikachu. Pokemon cards. Breaking another world record with one card now becoming the most
There's Pikachu.
expensive ever sold. Take a look right here. The PSA 10 Pikachu Illustrator card just sold for under $16.5 million.
Oh, gee, is that it?
It's even got a gold chain.
Yeah, and you might recognize that name. Logan Paul, the wrestler and influencer,
Oh, yeah.
is the one selling that card. It was up at auction for 42 days. Guinness confirming it broke the previous record of a Michael Jordan Kobe Bryant card that sold for $12.9 million.
Wow.
Paul has promised that he will hand deliver that card to the auction winner.
So,
Crazy.
what's up with the gold chain? I can't imagine somebody would wear that around their neck.
He made it for the card.
Okay.
It sounds
So
like.
it's basically just decor for the card.
Yeah. Why not?
Why not? Some people.
I mean, that would be a serious baller move. Just be like, yo, look at this.
Yo. Hey, yo,
Did
check
he
this
really?
out.
Just wear the card with the gold chain.
He wrapped the grading box in gold is what
We're
being
getting
told, so
information from
Behind
our
the
producer
scenes
and our
information.
director.
big congrats to the winner there. I hope it was worth 16 point something million. That's
My goodness.
a lot of money.
Okay.
Now, it got our producer thinking, can we guess how much certain cards are worth just by looking at them? So we have 3 cards, and Aisha has been
paper.
given the dollar amount. So we're gonna try and guess. We don't have the whiteboard out here today, so we're just gonna have to verbally guess here. So here's the first one.
I just have
Aisha,
a
hit us with the-
description.
oh,
I
you
don't
got the
have.
description,
I don't have
okay.
anything else.
Let's-
just a
let's get the description
So
then.
this is a base set Charizard.
Charizard.
It's not the first edition, but still in that first group ever printed back in 1999 and is no longer in print. This card isn't extremely rare, but Charizard is one of, if not the most popular Pokemon of all time.
Hey,
go.
Garrett, can I ask?
I would say, you do?
You have one of these? Our director, Josh.
That
has one of these.
specific card, Josh?
Now,
That
hold on a second.
significantly
But
lessens my guess.
Doesn't it?
And your brother set it on fire.
Oh no.
That's a story.
It's very
Um,
Charizard-esque.
Doesn't it matter if it's in mint condition versus like at the corners are?
And we're
They're
assuming
all-
they're
we're
all in
assuming
good
they're all in
condition.
mint condition.
And yeah, because we
I'm
have 2
gonna-
more to get to.
I'm going to say
so
$2,000.
Oh, I'm gonna guess it's closer to $100.
I was going to say like $500.
Are we getting them right away, Garrett, or are
Do
we
we
waiting
get
until the
the-
end? Oh, we're going
Oh,
to wait
okay,
till the
okay,
end.
okay.
Okay.
The second one, this is a newer card of the Paldean Wooper. Sorry if I don't say these correctly. He's a little axolotl guy. This is called an illustration rare, which means the art extends to the whole card. This card was released in one of the most recent sets and will still be printed for the next 2 to 3 years.
$100.
$10.
$20, $25.
$10.
Okay.
I'm really on
Number
the high end
3,
here.
this is a graded card of what's called a Pikachu Gold Star. The card is extremely rare. Back when it was first printed in 2006, it's no longer in print. It's graded with the company PSA, which gives cards a grade of 1 through 10 based on the condition. 1 is the worst and 10 is a perfect card. This card got an 8. I would say it's higher up there, so maybe
$12,500.
I'll say closer to 3,000.
I'm gonna say 20,000.
20. Thank you
Just
for
go big or go
going
home.
higher than I did for one of them.
Okay, I just
appreciate
want to
that.
know.
Let's see what we got,
okay,
Garrett.
Let's see.
Okay, so the first
Okay.
one was $475. The next one was
I don't remember what I said for
less than $3.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, we were way off.
And the last one was sold at on eBay
Okay, I was
for
way off on that.
$6,800. All right.
Yeah.
We
This
kind
is
of
why
we
Garrett.
danced around these prices.
This is why Garrett
I don't
is
know
the card
anything
expert,
about
and
these.
we.
Yeah, no, I
we are
find it
not.
interesting, especially as a kid who grew up in the 90s when these were just, coming out and they were cool. And who would have thought this would still be a thing in 2026?
Yeah, it's kind of had like a resurgence.
It has.
Certainly.
Pretty crazy.
All right. Happy Monday, everybody. Enjoy the sunshine today. Roll those windows down if you're feeling crazy. And we'll see you back here tomorrow. Tune in for our live stream, 7:05 every day.
Because we're just a bunch of wild and crazy guys. Did you share with him the name that I had suggested?